Alright, to make my guacamole, you start with 3 avocados, a can of stewed tomatoes, a can of diced green chilies, a habanero pepper, half a red onion, about a tablespoon of heavy cream and the same amount of sour cream, and a tablespoon of garlic or so. Start off by cutting into your avocado, and then just pull it apart like that. Use a knife to get your seed out, and it might pop out like that. Sometimes it sticks to the blade though, so you have to take a heavy blunt object and whack it off, like so. You can use a knife to get out that green gook, or you can be smart and just use a spoon, like this. This will prevent you from cutting into your hand, but it'll also prevent you from cutting that rind. And sometimes a piece of rind will get stuck in there, or a seed, and you just pull it out with your spoon. Nice and simple. Now, I had not heard of avocados and guacamole until I went to university, because, surprise, avocados are not naturally grown where I'm from, but they're not a native fruit, as it were. Sometimes you kind of use your knife, it just doesn't work, so you have to dig it out with a spoon, like so, and then just throw it aside later to toss in the rubbish bin. But once again, use your spoon, get it all out. Use your spoon, get it all out. Oh yes, I mentioned earlier about guacamole being a fruit, and technically it is. It's not a vegetable, or so I've been told. But I don't think it really matters, do you? I mean, if you're making such a big deal over whether something's a fruit or a vegetable, then you need a woman, mate. Third time's a charm. Tried to get it off with my hand, nearly cut my hand off, but that's fine. Consider that a bit of a tutorial warning. Dinna do this. Learn from my mistakes. Fortunately, this time my mistake did not involve a trip to the emergency room. And we're just going to scoop out more, get rid of some more rind, and some of the last of that green gook that's stuck to the rind. Perfect. Ooh, look at that big old bowl of guac. Well, not guac yet. Alright, so full disclosure, I thought these were fresh tomatoes when I bought them. It turns out they were stewed tomatoes, but sometimes you have to improvise, and this worked great. When it comes to cutting onions, you cut one onion, you cut them all. Make tiny little cuts, and then just cut them some more. Some of you might look at this and say, now that's not how you dice an onion. I don't care. Look, if you want to learn how to properly dice an onion, Google it. Alright, this is my video, mate. Also, I'm not really careful with red onions because I generally hate them so much. In my opinion, they are the worst onion, but some recipes need them, and guacamole is one such recipe. And when faced with the prospect of doing something you didn't like, you still have to knuckle under and do it. Be a man. Do it yourself. Just get it done, Ken. There we go. Alright. Fortunately, the chilies don't require nearly as much in the way of preparation. All you gotta do is open the can, drain the liquid, and then just dump it in. Now add a wee bit of garlic, about half a tablespoon or so. And we're going to begin cutting into that habanero. Now, some people think these are far too spicy, and I don't disagree with them. It is a very hot little pepper. But we're going to cut some of that heat with a bit of cream. And of course, we're going to mash that potash around for a bit. I'm using a tatty masher. You can use whatever you like. Maybe a handheld mixer. I only have the stand-up variety, and that's just too much of a hassle to use. Add a spritz of lime juice. It's cheaper than buying a lime every time you need the juice. And add a ton of salt. Just a ton of salt. Saltless guacamole is flavourless guacamole, so don't fall into that trap. Stir up a wee bit more, and then just grab a chip here to sample it. Not bad, but needs something. Now, I've tried a lot of guacamole in my time. I've tried spicy, I've tried bland, I've tried all kinds. I've tried some with bacon in it, and that's quite tasty. Well, we might do that another time. For now, the wildest we're going to do is adding a wee bit of sour cream and habanero pepper. And yes, all of this cream is going to make it look a wee bit off-colour, off-putting colour-wise. But if you're eating for the colour, you failed the point of eating. Grab and taste, and we're good to go.